Okay, so we're about to get on a nice little ride here. So I just came out of the garage and I've got the bike ready to go and I'm ready to go, but I'm on a little hill. It's at the apron here. Do I want to get on an e-bike and start it up right away with the 100-pound bike on a hill? And I said the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put on the brake so that when we lift it up and everything, we always have a hand on the brake, and then move the kickstand up, and then both hands are on the steering column, because again, it's a 100-pound bike. We walk it down to where we have a nice flat area here on the sidewalk, or I like to start right here in the street. I'm here, now ready to go. So I want to step over, so I can step over this way. This is a little hard to step over this way, but if I step over like this, hand on the seat, I can do that, and then put my hand up here. And always remember, your hand should be on the brake at all times, because fortunately, the bike has turned itself off, and so it's not on. What happens? The bike is on. Okay, it's now on, and I don't have the brake on. Oh, and as I'm getting on, I accidentally, what? Whoa! I just accidentally got the bike to move on its own without me, because it's on. That's the problem with e-bikes, is that especially your hand, if it accidentally hits the throttle, the bike is going to go on its own, and then you're going to fall down. The bike's going to go somewhere else. So that's why you always have your hand on the brake here, hand on the seat like this. You're stepping over here, you're ready, hands always on the brake, and now I'm here because the bike is on and ready to go. Oh, the other thing, if I'm sitting here without the hand on, and I accidentally go forward, what's going to happen? Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, the bike started moving on its own, and I'm not ready. I'm not on the seat yet. So that's the other issue, why you have the brake on. The brake is on, the motor is off. That's one thing about all these e-bikes. When the brake is on, the motor is turned off. So it's critical that you always have your hand on the brake whenever you're getting on or getting off the bike and getting ready to go. And so you only release it when you're actually going to start pedaling. So this is a pedal assist bicycle. So what that means is when the pedals move, the motor wants to turn on. When the brake's on, the motor is off. Brake is off, motor is on, and when the pedal goes, it wants to go. So the pedal can move with your foot, with the wind, or just by accident. It bumps into your leg and goes. So that's the reason why you have to have the brake on all the time when getting on and off. Because sometimes you bump the pedal, step on the pedal, the brake is off, and all of a sudden the bike is taking off on its own and you're not ready to go. So that is a critical first learning that you do. Just about everybody gets on the bike first, makes that mistake. So just be forewarned the very first time you get on the bike and the bike starts moving on its own. Now that I'm set, I'm ready to start going. All right. And then I can just go ahead and just start like a normal bike. Just go ahead and start and head on down. Okay, so I'm riding, and now I can if I so wish, I can now change the speed and the assist. Oh, I'm sitting here at a stop sign, and I'm about ready to go. It's a 100-pound bike. Trying to get it going like a regular bike sometimes is a little difficult, especially if I've had a number of folks that have like back injuries or leg and arm injuries. They're recuperating, but they can ride this thing because you got this little throttle thing. So after you practice, it takes practice to do this, and maybe not do it on a road, but do it in a parking lot. You're going to practice turning, getting off, getting on, and starting up. But you can actually start with your throttle rather than pedal. And so if I'm sitting here like this, it moves and ready to go, and I'm kind of ready to go and I'm ready to hop on. Okay, I'm ready to hop on. I can get started, but with a little bit of a throttle, now I get started and now it's easier to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna do a little demo of what happens when you don't stop properly and have the motor on when doing something. So I'm gonna come up here and stop right up there. And then all of a sudden the motor's going to take off accidentally on me and hit the door. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, so here we go. Oh, I'm going to open up the door. Oh, the bike moved on me accidentally. What did I do? One thing, I forgot to turn this off. Ooh, so come down here, and the way to turn it off, you turn it off before you do anything. When you get off, and you're ready to stop, you turn it off before you do anything else. And of course, you always have your brake on, and then you can come up and open up the door so you can get on the inside of your house. So now that the motor off, regular bike, it's not going anywhere on me. Now I can go ahead and get off gently or hold the seat. Either way, you get off and on the same way. You can hold the seat so that the bike is always stable and not falling down. Okay, did I ride my bike? There's another issue here. I'm an adult, I'm not required to have a helmet. Should I? Well, I can tell you, this is my third or fourth helmet because they've been busted by hitting the cement. When I fell over, even just stopped, just fallen over, bam. So this has really been protected. So one of the things you want to do is a little more safety. Make sure you have your helmet on. Oh, and in this helmet, I added in even an extra reflector that turns on, has different volumes on it. So I get this nice and comfortable, and I can change the setting on it back here, tighten it up or whatever. There's really nice ways of doing that, but there's a little tightening thing up here. You can turn back and forth, loosen up or tighten up, so it's nice and snug. And this is nice, adjusted, nice and snug. And so now it's not gonna fall off, and if I hit anything, if I fall over, the helmet's gonna take the crash, not my head. Because head injuries, as it turns out, one of the reasons we're doing the safety here is that the emergency room doctors are reporting higher incidences of injuries from e-bikes. And so we've got to want to save you from your accident and your trip to the emergency room. I already had mine from falling over, and I don't want you to have yours. Okay, the next thing for safety. All right, we've got some various gloves. Oh, here's another little tool I love to have. Always have my little sunglasses, and that's for during the daytime, and I've got clears for nighttime. So if I put this on, and what I have on the side here is a little mirror that you can see right there. And so when I put this on, and there's enough airflow, and also any insects don't hit my eyes, but I have enough airspace so it doesn't get fogged up. And I take this and I can move this around and set this up, and gee, I can now see what's going on behind me here, everything. So when going down the road, I can see what's going on. Okay, so that's just a little bit more about safety. And then the other thing, if you fall over and hit the ground, boy, that really hurts your hands. So so that's one of the reasons they have extra padding up here. Oh, and these gloves, they're like an extra $1 more, but they have this little pad. You can actually touch your iPhone with this, and that helps you to do your navigation work if you're doing that. So you have your little touch pad on your finger here, so you can actually move things on your phone. But you have pads because if you, especially older folks riding, I've heard, is that, oh, your hands hurt after a while. They get a little stressed. They get arthritis is in there. This little extra padding will get you to be a little more comfortable longer on the ride. So always wear and of course I always buckle these, make sure they're nice and firm, but not too tight. And so I can rest, I can hold on to the bikes like this. Also notice these handlebars are a little different. They're not just your straight round ones anymore. They have a little padding here, a little different shape. So I can hold them like this, I can hold them like that. I can come down and grip them like this. If I have to, I can kind of do this and relax the hand a little bit, because if always gripping hard like this, long rides, older folks, arthritis sets in, a little painful, and then also, oh, I have a hard time braking. So always be able to have your fingers functioning, and so you don't lose your ability to move your hands at some point in time, because that is going to happen to you. The next topic is going to be turning. So because you have a faster bike, a heavier bike, it's powered, and fatter tires, it's going to turn a little differently, and your feeling of weight is going to be a little bit different than if you were on your road bike earlier. So let me do a couple turns for you and give you a couple hints. So I'm going to take off and come around in a little circle in light over here so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to come around this way. And the first step is going to be slowing down as you're going down. So you're not going fast, because if you're going too fast with the throttle, it gets, whoa, okay, that's too fast, whoa. Okay, so especially if you're making the tighter the turn, the slower you need to be going, because if you accidentally hit the throttle or if you accidentally pedal while you're doing it, the motor wants to go while you're pedaling. So you have to be careful to not pedal and go slower, put on the brakes, so the brake is always ready to slow you down, and then make your turn. Okay, let's try it a couple more times. So we come down here, turn, slow down, make a gentle turn, and I don't do a lot of lean. I turn the wheel mostly, whereas on the road bikes, you just kind of go turn and you kind of lean into it and you turn really fast. Just go slow, because a heavier bike with bigger tires, the tire does not turn as well as the thinner tire. You're on a thin tire, you can turn on a dime and with a little bit of weight shift and turn. But with the fatter tires, you're not going to turn as fast or as easier as you're used to. So just be aware of that the first time you get on the bike, but after you get used to it, it'll work pretty well. Okay, so this little segment's going to be about speed just with the throttle, because at different levels with the throttle or with your pedaling, you're going to get different help and you're going to get different speeds out of it. Now I'm going to do a couple different runs right now at different speeds, different throttles, and different gears. So first off, I'm going to keep it in gear 5 just to show you a little bit of the throttle going back and forth, level 1 through level 5. So level 1, I'm just coming through here, throttle alone, and I'm up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, there we go. So starting at a standstill again, and I'm going to put it up, I'm going to put it all the way up to level 3. I'll do 1, 3, and 5, just to show you, just throttle alone, coming on through. Starting up this, I'm going 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now I'm going to take it down, back down to 1, and then we're going to use pedal assist now, just in 1, and see how much energy you actually get level 1, 3, and then 5 as we're coming up here. So again, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Level 1, I'm just going to pedal, no throttle. So I'm just pedaling gently. I'm going to turn around, nice and easy. And as I just pedal, no throttle alone, just 1, 6, 7 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour, 9 a little bit. Okay, I'm going to raise it up to 3 now. Starting at a standstill, coming on back. Okay, standstill. I'm just going to use the throttle, no throttle, just pedal. I'm just pedaling 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, 13. All right, 14 miles an hour. Okay, I'm going to go up to level 5 and show you what you can do without the throttle. As I'm starting, I've got to get started. No more throttle. Okay, just press a little 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Whoa, wow, that's going fast, really, in a very short distance. So coming on back, just a little bit of pedal, and all of a sudden, wow. So level 5, that extra energy and the extra oomph, you get going fast. So I don't recommend level 5, hardly ever. I never use level 5. I'll do mostly level 1 through 3 because I don't need that much speed and that much oomph from the bike. Unless I'm doing cargo. When I'm doing 200 to 400 pounds of cargo, which I have a trailer designed for up to 400 pounds, then it gets a little bit much, everything. So that's when I have to pick it up and use the extra energy. But for normal riding, level 1 through 3 is more than adequate. Okay, so I'm riding down here and I can see a bunch of cars in front of me. They're pretty dark. Okay, it looks pretty safe. Nobody's on, no lights are on. I'm just going to come on down and ride. I'm just riding down here like this, coming down, and then all of a sudden, holy shit! So the car, the lights were off, the brakes were off. I didn't know it. The windows are dark. Did not see the driver. Driver did not see me as he was like, I'm coming way too fast coming down here as he's opening up this door. So all of a sudden, that's a crash point. So especially when there's cars on the side, be looking way ahead and see if there's any bodies moving in or out of the cars or any cars parking. So you're aware a quarter mile ahead of any car movement. So you know a car door may come open up on you. And then someone's on the cell phone. they've been on the cell phone for half an hour. They put the cell phone down, they're thinking about what's happening on the cell phone, and all of a sudden they open up the door to get out to go home. Again, you don't see them, they don't see you. So be very extra aware and look in the mirrors. So if you close the door, I don't know if you can come around this way, but if you look in the mirror, coming down this way, you can actually see somebody in the mirror. So what I'm doing is, as I'm coming down, I'm looking also in the mirrors, just in case. So if I catch any motion or any face or shirt or anything that's in that mirror, then yeah, I'll give it a little wider berth and make sure that they don't open the door on me, okay? So I'm coming on down here, and besides, okay, his foot is not on the brake, but he's just about ready to go. And the other thing I notice, oh, it's not a straight tire, it's slightly turned. Okay, he's ready to come on out. So if I'm coming down here, does he see me coming down the street at 20 miles an hour? No. So as he's coming down, if I see someone with a turned tire, because I actually had them actually cut me off a couple times. Okay. So come on down, cut me off, I stopped just in time, and bam, I would have crashed right into him and had an accident. Someone even turned to me just the other day. I was coming down, made a turn at a stoplight, and someone was parked, and they saw me, and they still pulled out in front of me. Oh well, some people just aren't aware. So you've got to be the one with caution and be watching out for yourself. Okay, I'm coming down the road again. There's some cars parked on the side. They got shade going on. It's pretty dark out. Oh, it looks pretty good. Nobody's in these parked cars. I'm just going to come along, start riding, come on down. Okay, I can get on home this way. And it says, oh my goodness. Okay. It was hard to see. The car was in the way. Hard visibility. Also, the truck driver, he can't see past the car coming out, so he's going to be backing right into me. And sometimes they're even coming forward and still don't see you. So cars coming off this side, hard to see. Be extra careful. You got to be looking out way over inside, not only the parked cars, but the cars that are either coming out of the areas, especially any blind spot. So if there's a blind spot and you're not aware and you can't quite see what's going on, you slow down and then be ready to brake just in case, because you don't want to be backed in or run into somebody like this. You're the one that's going to go to the hospital. Okay, just about finished up with this particular safety video. However, there'll be one more thing I want to let you know. First, I've got to make sure everything is turned off. My hand's still on the brake. I'm standing, holding the bike ready, and I can turn the bike off. There. Okay, so now I can relax a little bit and not worry about the bike moving on me. Okay, so that's e-bike safety that we've gone over. However, I want to make sure that everyone's aware that I'm only doing this as a bonus on top of normal bike safety. So all the bike rules apply, all the bike safety activities, events, and everything you do is still applying. So e-bikes being heavier, a little bit faster, a little fatter tires are going to be a little bit different, but all other bike rules still apply in addition to all the things that we've talked about today. Thank you for your time.